Thanks, Joe.
Want to bring in Senator John McCain now. He is, of course, ranking member of the Armed Services Committee and was the Republican nominee for president in 2008. Senator McCain, let me just get your reaction to President Obama's speech.
Well, I think the president, I support this policy. And it's leaving 50,000 people behind who have no doubt will still be in harm's way. The surge has succeeded. We will be able to welcome our troops home, not only for ending the war, but winning the war. And the president has made it clear that if things dramatically change as commander-in-chief, he can change that decision. But I also think that it's important to recognize if it hadn't been for the surge strategy, which he opposed, we would not be in the position we are in today.
Yeah, it seems as though the president is actually getting more support from Republicans on this one than he is from some of his fellow Democrats. I'm reading a statement here from Senator Mitch McConnell, the minority leader, I should say. He says, it is encouraging to see the Obama administration embrace the plan of General Petraeus. Why is he taking so much heat from Nancy Pelosi and Harry Reid?
Well, I think it's obvious because the Democrats, most of them wanted troops completely out. That's not in keeping with a strategy that has not yet successfully been completed. They've done a magnificent job. It's fragile. Most of the troops will be remaining until the crucial elections in December, which are our next big milestone for the Iraqi people. And it is a sign, again, the surge has succeeded. And you've got to give General Petraeus and the men and women great credit for the magnificent job they've done.
You have made many trips to Iraq. Do you believe that 18 months is enough time for those troops to finish up, the majority of the heavy lifting that needs to be done there?
Well, I think so, but I also want to emphasize 50,000 is over a third of the troop strength we have there today. And they will be embedded with the Iraqis. They will be training, they will be advising, but they'll also be out there with the units and operating with them. And they'll still be in harm's way. But it's been a spectacular, in many ways, success because just remember, about 3 years ago, we were losing badly in Iraq, and it was on the brink of loss. And we've been able to turn that around. We also are going to need additional troops in Afghanistan. That's an additional factor.
The unknown factor, it would seem, is the behavior of the Iranians. Are you at all concerned that as America ramps down its presence in Iraq, the Iranians will ramp up?
Well, I continue to worry about the Iranians. They are training and sending people into Iraq today. But the reason why we were able to counter what had been an increasing Iranian influence, particularly in the Basra area, is frankly success and the people coming over to our side. You know, Arabs haven't always gotten along real well with Persians, but the point is that we have succeeded with the strategy, so therefore intelligence has improved and we've been able to counter a lot of it. But it's still a very dangerous place. Don't get me wrong, and this is still a fragile success, and that's why I think it's important to have 50,000 people there 18 months from now.
Well, and the president is planning to move several combat brigades into Afghanistan. Just to give us your overall thoughts on the potential pitfalls or successes of that plan.
We need more troops. We are not winning in Afghanistan, so we are losing. That's just a fact the American people have to understand. We cannot fail. We cannot afford for Afghanistan to become a base for attacks on the United States and our allies. Pakistan is important, but Pakistan is also important because it's Pakistan. We have to have increased troops. And remember, it's not just increased troops. It's a change in strategy and fixing the strategy. And unfortunately, we are going to see a continued loss of American blood and treasure. But we can and will and must succeed.
Arizona Senator John McCain. It's good to have you on. Thanks.
Thank you.
We're watching a development